Where did Bob Gimlin place the first moment of the camera rolling?
Well, I think he agreed. I don't think he was really being certain.
It could have been anywhere in here then.
That's it.
Been up here close to this spot here.
And the creature is over there somewhere.
We put Bobo as far back here as we could on the center island. Basically right here.
Let me move up the side here. You get a little higher up.
Up there, yeah.
All right. Here I am.
That's more of the level.
Yeah, this would be very similar to 64. So, okay, I'm up high.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Bob said it started here, and he placed Bobo over there. You can see there's a little island where the creek is split and formed two channels. And he basically said that this is their first action, that Patterson started right here, and then he did his 100-foot run to there, and I guess dropped into the bank.
Probably right over there.
I don't think we recreated much of that, but we had Bobo exit, cross the creek generally there in that direction. And once you put it to 67 levels, that'd be the general direction. I guess you guys need to find those trees out there. You know where those trees are.
But what you've got, and you're going to see in the Finding Bigfoot episode, it shows Bobo walking in front of the sandbar because he's visible there.
Right.
You couldn't exactly recreate it back in the trees.
Too many trees, yes. As we're going to find out when we try to film that there again.
But where Bobo walked could very well have been part of the original sandbar that's now been eroded away.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't quite get up into there. He started to, but that day that we were shooting, you totally lost him in the darkness over there because the sun's, once the sun moves over, it's pretty dark over there.
But maybe we should measure this somewhere near to that on the bank.
We do that. I want to start the official. Yes, we do have to find a spot where we want to officially start our location. Should we start here?
Not right there.
All right. That means we're going to take a north, south, east, west directional and just go with the line.
So, on the animation, is he going to recreate it to 64, or are you going to try to make it match the way?
Well, Munns?
Or excuse me, 67.
Munns is looking at internal film data, so he's not referring to the current site or stories about the site. He's taking what he sees in the film and then putting it in a three-dimensional model where the trees and the stumps are being recreated with, cartoon-like forms. And he's using bits and pieces of the good photographs of the site to depict the background trees. So he's got a scene from the film back in here where the trees that are back in here are shown, and then another one where he shows what he's calling the north trees, which would be right over here. I think we should get out the compass and measure that, but that's kind of northeasterly by my estimation. And that's where I think the big tree is, way over this way.
Oh, that way. We'll find that
back in there.
The big dark tree, or the one big tree to the,
The one seen in frame 352?
Yeah, I got it.
From what Munns has done, this really pretty well replicates it. Patterson runs up along the creek, paralleling it, then bounds across it, gets up on the sandbar, the film begins right here, and proceeds this way across the sandbar. So frame 352 really ought to be right in there.
Okay.
On that angle.
Bobo, 352, like in between those two alder stones on the
right.
That's about the
right there, but back on the sandbar farther. Right. So by then Patterson is up there by those sun-illuminated trees, the maple right there.
Yeah.
He's up in there, and he's starting to angle his camera this way as the creature retreats that way.
So, Rowdy, which direction were they pointing here?
The general direction of Patterson's run was this way, moving that way, creature, and then him just kind of moving this way.
Up the top.
And we finished it down in the creek.
All right.
They didn't put them across the creek, but yeah.
But from this general area, if we get about 100 feet, we should be somewhere near where the film began.
All right. So we should start using this as our anchor point to start.
This is
Good as any.
But we can't really say it could have been back there or it could have been here.
Okay.
we're deciphering true north from our anchor point here. Robert explained that it is 17.5 degrees declination from the Hudson Bay pointing needle north. So we give it 17.5 adjustment to the left, and we're pointing straight across to those 3 alders across the creek from our anchor point.
So this is where we're going to start this. And that's our first one. So we'll mark this line, and it begins.
Here's our new north and south.
Okay.
Now you're professional. You've been
So now
trained.
we're filming. Here's Robert running his...
Okay. We're going to run this 100-foot line out from our point we started there. We took a compass bearing. We're going corrected north declination. But Steven, you got to film me actually.
You got to film what you're looking at.
Yeah, you're filming. You're filming my belly button.
Well, I am doing it
Looking
now.
at. It's a hard job, really, Steven.
Yeah.
Just follow your...
I'd rather look where my eyes want to go.
Okay, we're going to take this tape, it's a 100-foot tape. We're going to run it out in the north direction. We corrected for declination. Rowdy double-checked it, and we're ready to go. So we're just going to walk it out. We're going to get to 100 feet, take another 100-feet section, and then we're going to mark it down, and we're going to keep a straight line going north direction.
And when you reach 112 feet, maybe look over this way towards where the first frames of the film could have been.
Oh, we could do that, but
As long as you're over there, we could just rotate the estimation that way.
I remember when you're filming. So, Steven, you're filming. You have to keep the camera on the people.
I'm trying. I got Rowdy right now. So there's our marker right here.
Right.
There's Rowdy's dog, Chloe. Bigfoot tracker.
She's in training.
Yeah. Robert's heading to true north.
72.
How much?
76. I think you're going to make it.
And notice we still have no direct sun on the sandbar up there. Just over here, starting to come through.
And that's it. That's 100. Let's tighten your slack a little. And you're just on the other side of the creek.
Got it right here. Yeah, just send this out.
Okay, line yourself up right behind you with the bigger one. You want me to bring it back? You just stay there.
Yeah, just come up where I'm at, and you just need to look at the new start point.
Okay, go ahead and mark it.
So we want 100 feet for the basic grid work. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, and that's the length of our tape.
Frame 1 was probably right in here. Just on the sandbar up there, which appears to have lost some front parts of it. The creek that we see in the beginning of the film would have been around here. Patterson starting back there, runs up along here. You see the creek in the film, first few frames, as he's looking up over this way, and the creature is walking on the sandbar up there, heading this direction. So, I guess the creature would have come up right about here. It would have been much more sand up in here, and proceeded past our friend the dog there, proceeding up. And you see Patterson stumble and filming the ground. And he gets up on the level. Meanwhile, the creature is proceeding back through here. First frame of the film could be right here. Patterson gets that part of the creek in the thing, crosses the sand gravel bar up onto the level part of the sandbar, and he's filming this way, runs up through here, comes to a debris pile with the logs eventually, and then he's shooting this way. There's some big trees right back there. That may be the big tree right there, but you cannot see here yet. Back there is the creek. I would say Patterson ran up right up out here. Here's a big log. Who knows if that's the same one you see in the film. Early part of the film, with looking at these big firs behind here, shooting off past these, and then frame 352 back in there, which you can't see, but the creature would have walked right through here, in my opinion.